All right. So, Lisa, we're set up.
I'm
I'd like
ready,
to.
yes.
Okay, perfect. Um, so, I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Lisa Pokrajac, who is the Assistant Director of Research Programs at the Waterloo Institute for Nanotechnology. Her current role includes coordination and management of WIN's scientific and engineering programs, academic and corporate partnerships, faculty awards, and scientific outreach programs. She has a number of co-authors on her presentation, and I'd encourage you to see the detailed program for their bios, and a couple of them you'll meet live. I'll turn it over to you, Lisa.
Oh, thank you, George, so much. Good afternoon, everyone. As George said, my name is Lisa Pokrajac. I am the Assistant Director for Research Programs at the Waterloo Institute for Nanotechnology, or WIN for short, W-I-N. I would like to thank my co-authors, Sushanta Mitra and Laura Bredahl from the University of Waterloo, and Shannon Gordon from the Bibliometrics and Community Impact Conference. There we go. Just a brief overview for my talk today. It will encompass the use of bibliometrics at research institutes and university centers, and what our current bibliometric needs are at our institute, the methodology, how we gather and process the data, and then future analysis, some of the key takeaways on honing the analysis process. First, a few words of background about WIN. We are the largest nanotechnology research center in Canada. We're established in 2008 at the University of Waterloo as a center of excellence for nanotechnology. WIN has 102 faculty members currently across 11 different departments at the University of Waterloo, including STEM, but also we were very fortunate to gain some people who are in the social sciences, especially in economics. So we're growing every day and in our interdisciplinarity. We have over 200 graduate students on site, and the undergraduate nanotechnology program has over 500 students. And then we are a founding member of the International Network for Sustainable Nanotechnology. And you'll see on the top right corner each of the founding members and our little logo there. Our key theme research areas at WIN encompass four main topics. First is smart and functional materials, and then there's connected devices, then next generation energy systems, and then therapeutics and theranostics. So that means that for all of our faculty members, they have been mapped to, their research has been mapped to one of these four theme areas. And then the number of faculty in those areas are seen at the bottom. And a faculty member can be, doesn't have to be sequestered into necessarily one. So if they have fundamental research on certain a nanotechnology aspect, it can also map to the other connected devices, next generation energy systems, or therapeutics as applications. And you'll see the icons in each of the theme areas. So clean water and sanitation, good health and well-being. These are our United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and WIN's research is committed to realizing these goals. Okay. So research impact. This table talks about the impact that the University of Waterloo, or the WIN has for what publications we put out. So the chart shows all WIN members and then is broken up into each of the four theme groups: smart and functional materials, connected devices, etc. So using SciVal, we look at the total publications and citations, other factors such as top citations in a percentile, and the nature of collaborations, whether it be international, national, or an academic industry collaboration. What we do look at commonly, or very closely, is the field-weighted citation impact. And this data was collected at the beginning of April this year. Okay, so going on. This is the methodology that we use to collect the data in SciVal. First, what we do at WIN is all 102 members are collected into a core or umbrella membership list. Then each one of those are broken down into which application or which theme area. So connected devices, next generation energy systems. And then these 5 groups are, we work with the University of Waterloo Library, generating a list of user groups for SciVal analysis, and then our data is collected and then exported. The modules we use in SciVal are the overview and benchmarking modules that we find there. For the, we're returning to the thematic areas and keywords of the 4 main themes. You'll see here, we look at the sub-themes or some of the more granular topics in each one of these themes. Smart and functional materials can encompass characterization or the type of tools that our professors use to find out what the nature of the materials that they're making. Quantum materials, carbon nanomaterials, natural products. This list is by no means exhaustive, but it's just a snapshot on that. Also connected devices, sensors and actuators, flexible electronics and displays, then going into next generation energy systems, especially for alternative energy needs, batteries, fuel cells, environmental and clean tech, and then therapeutics and theranostics. I'm sure everybody's heard the word therapeutic. Theranostics is a new branch that talks about the, you can detect and treat at the same time. So our guys look at drug delivery, pharmaceuticals, and diagnostic devices as well. So going into our annual analysis, I was thinking that the 4 key theme areas, we always show that, but wouldn't it be interesting to have more of an in-depth analysis of this, looking at some of the keywords and the subtopics and see what impact those areas have. So using the all members list, I looked at the publication time range from 2015 to 2020, and we exported all the data that we could find on all these publications. About 3,800 is what we got from our recent data pull. So we have authors, the titles, affiliations, what countries they come in, citations, of course, the field-weighted citation impact. And then in 2019, SciVal introduced the topic cluster and topic name parameters for each of the publications. So I thought, let's look at how we can use these to find out some more information at a granular level. So for those, I'm sure most of you who use SciVal will know that topic clusters are more a high level category, and there's about 1,500 topics, and it's pulled from the aggregation of relevant topics, whereas topic names go into more of a granular analysis. And this is based on citation links, as I have found out, and there are over 100,000 topics. Okay. So what I did here is from the WIN's full publication list, we were able to pull topic cluster and topic name, but we received almost 1,200 entities for topic clusters from this list, and then almost 1,300 entities from topic names. So I said, oh my goodness, this is too much to show for a general report or some type of analysis, especially for a high-level report. So I'm wondering, which one would be easier to use? Would a topic cluster analysis give us a useful representation, or would the topic name, a little bit more detailed analysis, be a better sorter? So in this case, I went through and inserted or assigned each one of the topic cluster names and also the topic names what I felt would be the most representative of the WIN topics of what we had seen before. So in this case, looking at topic clusters, block copolymers, micelles, and polymers. I said, well, that's obvious that it would be a polymer, and then I would put that into the smart and functional materials categories, and then also quantum chemistry, density functional theory, and molecular orbitals for quantum materials. Same thing for topic name. I found it was really useful and easy if the topic name actually had the name of the area that I was looking for, and then for those categories, I actually inputted manually in the spreadsheet. So going through all of that, I compared the topic cluster and the topic names for the calculation for the field-weighted citation impact that I had found, and also the number of articles that were categorized. And then you'll see on the right of these tables for controls, I actually went through our full list for what we had found in the publications, and one by one looking at the title, the author, and also used the control topic clusters and topic names to find out, would this be a good match? So on these, we're looking at smart and functional materials on the top. We had found that the characterization or the tools category actually had somewhat of a decent match for topic cluster, topic name, and the control. And I would say these are preliminary tests, so I was thinking within 10 to 15%, and then also the polymers area as well. Then looking at connected devices, I found that those categories that corresponded to displays or flexible electronics also had what I would consider a reasonable match. And then going through batteries or next generation energy systems, batteries, and what I found clean energy, like again, all three were a good match for my preliminary tests. And then going on to therapeutics and theranostics, no matter what I tried to do, I found that the topic cluster and the control of my analysis actually had a reasonable match, whereas the categories for the topic name was still a little bit off, but there are several reasons for that we'll go into. Considerations and future steps. Again, these are just the preliminary results that WIN is using as a first experiment into going deeper into the best, most, of course, efficient and accurate, but also what is a reasonable method with respect to time and labor intensity. So looking at topic clusters and names for deeper analysis, the first runs say well, I think both topic clusters and names actually have a lot of similarities, so either one would be good. Our next steps, we need to optimize this method, of course, to assign WIN-related research categories. I think some way of combining topic cluster, topic name, publication title, and author would be even better, and any other information available. I think it would be ideal if authors were giving us the information how to assign these categories, but we all know how busy professors are, and we just may get a lower compliance that way. One of the main challenges is these nanotechnology and so much of STEM now is so cross-disciplinary that it spans many categories. So assigning this publication to only one category has its challenges, and it's very time consuming to sort all data consistently in the initial steps. So we're just looking at future steps. We're hoping to perhaps find a way to standardize a database for mapping topic clusters and topic names with WIN-related research topics. And then the ultimate goal would be to create some type of automated system for assigning these topic categories to publication sets, so we can get a full set of impact and the list similar to the output that we already put in the tables, or that WIN already shows annually for the tables. And this is my last slide. So the key takeaway is that an in-depth study of research impact at the granular level for research institutes is a particularly valuable tool to have. Considerations going forward is just looking at the one-to-one relationship of documents and topics. Again, because so many are cross-disciplinary, Many will need to be put into several different topics. Is there an acceptable error rate, as in if we do this assigning, how many publications will be miscast in perhaps not the most appropriate category? And why we're here is we're just looking at research area functions in SciVal. Has anybody looked at this before? Perhaps we can leverage these functions in SciVal going forward. And then to sum it all up, bibliometric tools can help us as research institutes, and when in particular, better understand our research themes to identify strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities, and at the end, promote our research excellence, help potential partnerships, guide our decisions, and allocate our resources. Okay, thank you all for your attention, and I welcome one or two questions.
Okay, so I'll just wait to see if any question comes in. I might just provide a little bit of a comment, because
Sure.
Waterloo is very interesting in that, as you know, of course, our co-organizer of BRIC, Shannon Gordon, and co-founder of BRIC, was, I think, the first bibliometrics and research impact librarian in the Ontario system. And around the same time, of course, Waterloo had launched an internal working group on bibliometrics and producing the kind of a white paper, which was referred to widely, measuring research outputs through bibliometrics in 2016. And that tradition seems to be continuing with your investment in having an outlook that includes research impact. I don't know if there's any additional comments you'd like to make on that.
Oh, well, actually, who is on the line right now? I will bring up Laura Bredahl, who is our current bibliometrics librarian, and I think she would have I mean, I could give my opinion, but I think Laura would have a few more insights. Laura, Bella, would you be able to pull Laura up?
Oh, I think Laura is up. Can you hear me?
Oh, there we go.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, hi. Thanks, Lisa, for your presentation. Yeah, I don't know really what to say about that. I think a lot of the work that we're doing at the University of Waterloo in this regard is really valuable for our interactions with the various research institutes across the university, especially WIN has been very active in this area. We work with a number of other institutions on campus as well. And it's this type of sort of curiosity seeking and what the bibliometrics can do with this for these institutes. That's really, really fascinating, and having people like Lisa to dig in and ask questions about, how can we best represent our institutes and their research, and how do they match, our chosen areas of focus is fascinating. So, we're really fortunate to have systems like SciVal, where we can build unique user groups and analyze the data that way. But like most bibliometrics, we find they cause more questions than answers. So, having access to things like the topic clusters and seeing how they can maybe represent, not just the authors and where they fit into these research groups, but where their specific papers fit into these research groups. One publication might fit into one research area and another into a different area that's supporting those research themes. So there's lots of questions and lots of work to be done around these questions. But yeah, I don't know what else I can say there.
Okay, I think just to keep things on track, I don't see any other questions at the moment. But again, Lisa and your co-authors, thank you very much for giving us a bit of insight into WIN's interest in bibliometrics and research impact. And I think now it's time to take a break, take a stretch, and we'll return back in half an hour, I believe. There'll be a time. There'll be